So the other day, while I was streaming to you, yes, it was just 3 weeks ago, we built a tank. The tank looked pretty good. Actually, in my opinion, it looked so good that I already wanted to do a video about it. Maybe do a tutorial on this. I like this build. So here I am. Build battles become quite easy when you already know what you're going to build physically from the start. So this is the whole point of the video. I didn't create anything absurd that is impossible for you to build. This tank is very small, if I gotta be honest, but its cuteness compensates for it. Starting from the bottom by the driving crawler belt, which is very easy to do, I'm sure what comes to your mind is just some black wool that circles around and the wheels in the middle. What do you think I did? Exactly that. And then for the driving wheels, just some iron blocks, a block backwards following the line. In my case, my crawler is 6 blocks long on the ground, 1 block on the left and right, and 6 blocks on the top. Now, if you have the possibility to gather these grey heads, that's the way to go. If not, stone buttons require only 1 stone to make, so that's very easy. Actually, you can also use like a lever for that, but looks fine to me, yeah. Same discussion for these 3 bad boys. You're going to need a bunch of these blocks. If you're building in a 1.8 server or game, you won't be able to use the green concrete since it's a 1.14 block. But if you can, feel free to use it. Now, we want to create the chassis. I'm going to use only lime clay and then I will swap it into the 3 colors I've showed you before. The form is not that easy to show you with words, but since I'm doing it block per block, you can visually recreate it. As you can see on front, I've made a dark window for the driver to see where he's going or where to shoot the missiles and rockets. I actually don't know how you call the bullets, but yeah, that's my point. The next step is a turret, and we have to divide it into 3 parts. The turret ring, the body of the turret, and the barrel. It's all very easy, trust me, but later on I will show you some small improvements you can add to your tank so that it will actually look better. So we're going to use some iron blocks for the turret ring, also with some grey heads to simulate some wheels maybe. I'm really confused of what I'm doing, but it looks all very great for the moment. Now I'm finished with the turret and I'm back with the lime clay. This is the form and what we're missing at last right now is just the barrel on front. It's about 7 blocks long and to be honest, now the tank looks quite done. As I told you before, we just need some improvements, like the one I'm doing to the barrel is something to make it look like bolder and with some proper utility. I've used some slabs and a cobble wall on front to make the muzzle as I said. No, this is not how a tank is actually made. For example, usual tanks have no window there on front. It would be a gigantic fail because other tanks would just shoot at that window and blow it up easily. What they actually use is a periscope planted on the chassis or on the turret. A periscope is a set of mirrors or prisms on a tube that when they're put in an ideal position of 45 degrees each, they will allow the user to see what the top mirror will show to the bottom one. They are typically used on submarines for example, and yeah, they're used also here on tanks. Point is, you don't have mirrors in Minecraft and neither you have 45 degrees ramps, so we kinda miss the effective utility. You could make one just to pretend there is, but this tank is too small for such a thing, and again, you're missing the parts. We have some improvements to make if I gotta be honest. This was the sample I've made in the build battle game, a game that lasted just 5 minutes. Since we don't have that kind of time shortage, we can perhaps upgrade it as we want. First off, I want to have a look down here. I like it very much, but from the distance it seems like it's too empty, so maybe some stone slabs will make it look heavier. They don't look that good if you put them just under the chassis, so just place them one block away from the outside. Also here, just on top of the window, we can change those lime clays to stone slabs, and that's all I would do. On the outside, if we create a hole in the middle of the turret, we get access to the chamber inside the tank. Here, we can make some realistic details, like the driver's seat, some chests, some missiles, and that's pretty much it. You can also make it look like your house, but it's very stretchy here, so I would suggest you to create a better one. Also, I've put some black banners and black blocks to block the view of the inside of the tank from the outside, so it looks all monochrome and it's actually cooler. Let's color it up a bit. Tanks have not only one color, so using those three colors will make it look much more like a military livery. The tank is done now. That's it, I mean, I'm done, I swear, I won't touch it anymore. That's, look, I'm closing it, so nobody will ever change it, okay? Alright. Last thing, if you want other liveries, like for example a tank for a snowy biome, or a desert biome, and etc., all you need to do is change the chassis colors, and if you want, the slabs and the walls. For example, let's take a look at this Taiga tank. I've changed the green colored blocks into brown wool, terracotta, concrete, and also ancient debris because of its brown color shading. I honestly think it looks very good, but what sparkles it so much for me is the wooden blocks I've used and also this bricks wall that still sticks to this tank's theme. These are the other three liveries I've made, and if you put them all aside, in my opinion they look lovely in their own habitat. Bro, I'm talking like I was talking to an animal. What the heck? Anyways, we have the snowy livery, the ice livery, and the desert livery. I didn't change every little particular, like the window or the cruiser belt. I just went for the chassis and maybe some slabs and walls over there, but you can see the visual difference every tank gives to you while looking at them in their own biome. That's amazing. Anyways, that was episode 26 of this build battle series. If you have any ideas you wanna see, just leave a comment down below, smash like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.